Oh hey, what's up? Welcome to my second channel. According to YouTube analytics, only 13% of you are subscribed. If you want Matthew to eat this month, I suggest you do so. Okay, so I have submitted so much paperwork to get my loan all finalized and to get that all figured out. Today is the last day that I can back out of this offer for whatever reason. The internet, we're gonna make work. So here's the, and by today I mean midnight tonight. So with the internet, kind of hard to explain, but all you guys need to know is that the company told me that they can do two different plans with the equipment that they have now. They can do a 40 up plan or a 40 plan and a 60 plan, and you can balance the up and down however you want. So I'm going to start with a 40 plan, and I'm going to do 15 down, 25 up, and just see how that goes. And if it's not good enough, I can move up. And if that's not good enough, I can put in some money so that they can add additional equipment onto their towers, which would give me much better internet. So even if the plans that they're offering right now aren't going to work, I can invest in the future and make it work. So that's why I've decided that that's going to be okay. No, you need more down than up? No. I get down is more important to most people, but not for streamers. So that is the plan. The inspection went really well. So the water heater wasn't working in a building and the AC wasn't working in another building. So no water heater and no AC in one of the units, but they've been turned on and we just have to test them again, and I think it's gonna be fine. So the inspections went really well. No sign of termite damage or anything like that. They're pretty much ready to go to be lived in. So we're good on inspections. I close in mid-February, and the first thing that I do is to build a pasture fence. To fence the whole property, and then to build a pasture fence. And then here's other news, and it is not a yes, so don't get too excited. But I did make an offer for Sydney, and I made an offer for Peaches as well, because I thought that maybe they should go together. And the guy who owns the zoo, he said that he definitely can't part with Peaches, but he'll talk to other people about Sydney. And I asked, are you sure they can be split up? And he said that they tolerate each other, that they're not pair bonded. So he thinks that they'd be okay. But he has to talk to other keepers and other volunteers and stuff like that at the zoo to make sure that that's okay. So yeah, Prage, thank you. So we will see about that. And if that's a yes, then once the property is fenced, I'm going to do a road trip, not on stream, but I'm going to drive to California, probably with Ella. We'll pick up Maverick and Sydney and then come back. But regardless, even if they say no to Sydney, I have to go drive to California to pick up Maverick anyway, because Ella wants a dog to live out there with... Have I not talked to you guys about this? About the dogs? No, I have a bit. Okay, so Ella's going to live out there. She's going to be my live-in caretaker, live-in animal care coordinator, and she doesn't want to live out there alone without a dog. So we're going to bring Maverick back. Bella, I don't think that the space in the structure is I think having two dogs there would be super overwhelming, and I don't want Ella to have to deal with the dynamics of having both there. And Maverick doesn't fit in well with my parents' dogs at home, just because their personalities don't mesh. My parents don't really like Maverick all that much, but they love Bella, and Bella gets along really well, and there are already two Weimaraners on their property. Bella's also slowing down a little bit. She's 9, so she just kind of chills, and my parents are happy for her to hang out there and kind of like retire there, I guess, in a sense. So Bella's happy she's going to stay with my parents, and we're probably going to bring Maverick back here. But that's just the best way to go about having both of them, and for them to be as happy as possible. I think Maverick would do really well as an only dog out on that property, especially if it's fenced, so he can have the run of all the acreage whenever Ella's out doing stuff. But having both of them there is just too much for her, and I don't want to deal with like liability of people coming to visit, and they just feed off of each other, and I think that's a big part of the problem that we've had while they were here. So that's the decision that I've made. Yeah, so volunteer. I really got to make a video for this. I just haven't wanted to. Get your foot in the door as many places as possible, even if it's not the species that you want to work with. In the end, volunteer at animal shelters, zoos, rehab centers, whatever. Just get your foot in the door, but don't expect to get paid right away. I think that's the stuff for the property. I'm meeting a fence guy the day after closing, so we're going to try to move. I am registered now. So we are a nonprofit, which is cool, but don't have the 501c3 yet. I had a call with Make-A-Wish this morning. They're pushing me through to the vote for their governing board. So that's kind of neat. They have a few different boards, but they have a board for young professionals, and then they have a governing board of which there are 25 people, and the youngest member is 38. But they want me involved in that because they just want to get more involved in the online world. They want to get more integrated. So the idea that I had for them, you guys know streaming events where you just you have a charity and then a bunch of streamers fundraise at the same time or the same day for a charity type thing, like Ani's Yeti event and whatever. I think I would probably set up something like that. And I told them that we could do something like that. We could have a day where people just fundraise for Make-A-Wish, and then I can MC on my channel or manage it on my channel. It could also be on Make-A-Wish's channel if they want to do something like that. But I told them obviously I'd get a lot more traction on my own. Maybe get it on the front page, and I could just click through the streamers that are doing it. Interact with the streamers, keep track of the totals, and make it a fun thing. So that's the plan there for Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish does really, really, really great work. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I had a really good conversation with two people from the board of Make-A-Wish today, and they're very thorough. So they've taken a really long time doing this background check and getting everything sorted. And after this call today, she said that they're pushing me through to the governing board, which is really cool. So that's another update. I think those are the updates. I don't know when I'm going to start streaming from the property. To be honest, I think it'd be good growth for myself, and it'd be good growth for myself and good content for me to learn how to do some things like rip up a floor, or, I don't know, some handy stuff. So that could be kind of interesting. We're also going to need to design some enclosures, and we can do that on stream. It looks like the first animals that we'll have there are hopefully a Acero, Max, ideally. We'll see how that goes. Maverick. Ella has a rabbit and a chinchilla. We've decided that the chinchilla is going to be an ambassador, actually. Even though they are legal as pets, they have a really interesting story with the pet trade. And she needs to bring her animals with her. So we'll have a chinchilla as an ambassador. Hopefully Sydney. And then I'm also looking into some of the ethics of getting insects and arachnids. So lots of stuff going on. A zebra is something that I can't just pick up, unfortunately. I kind of have to wait until, I'm putting out feelers. I've told some people that I'm looking for a zebra, but it has to be something that comes up. It's not something that I can just find or that I already know there's one that needs rescue right now. So that's a process, but we will have the facility for it. So once one comes up, that'll be pretty easy. So Rehab Room is still going to be a test. Seems like you're doing everything so fast. Yeah, so the Rehab Room is pretty much built out. And this is other stuff to talk to you guys about. I will do a season in the Rehab Room, right? So we'll do a baby season. Baby season starts mid-February to end of February, which is when I'll be starting on the property. So I'll be very, very busy. But I do expect to bring home some cottontails, some opossums, birds of prey. If we get any baby birds of prey, I will be raising those on my own, just because of the issue of imprinting. Teddy's going to come home plenty as well, I hope. So baby season, we'll have at least one baby season in the rehab room. That might be it, which is fine though, because I do want to use the really nice acrylic enclosure at Alveus. So it feels so weird to say that. I do want to bring it to use as a reptile enclosure for maybe a big snake or something like that, which I'm also looking for currently. So this was a 3-year plan. Dude, I know. And let me like clarify. I wish that this was happening in a year. Okay, right? I wish this was happening a year from now because it is moving so fast. I literally cried in my car the other day because I was trying to figure out my taxes and like finance shit and my budget. And I was like, oh my God, federal taxes, my state taxes, like how do I do this? What do I do? And I was just so overwhelmed. I was like, I have to open a bank account. I have to get a cashier's check. I have to I was just super, it is moving so fast and I'm having to learn on the fly very fucking quickly. I wish this was happening later, but it's just the property came up really fast, right? And the property is perfect and I just couldn't pass it up. So I do have an accountant. Yeah. Can it slow down once you have the property? Yeah. I mean, we don't have to build out all that fast. We'll see. Internet thing did get sorted. No tigers, no big cats, and properties are a good investment. That's true. The housing market around here, you guys, is fucking nuts. Nuts. There was a house nearby. It was on the market for 48 hours. In the pouring rain, there were lines out the door for people trying to get into this house. 96 offers in 48 hours. It sold for over 50%. 50% higher than the asking price. Everybody wants to live here. Nuts. And it's like it wasn't even a big house. 1-story house, like no pool or anything, just 1-story house on a street, chilling. In other announcements, this is what we have to talk about. The Capital campaign launch. Capital campaign launch stream. I have plugged it on other streams, but I have not been live, so I haven't told you about it. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. Wednesday the 10th. We are launching the Capital campaign. That means I have a $500,000 capital campaign, which is meant for developing the facility, developing the site. There's going to be a GoFundMe, and we're releasing a video. So I'm filming with Finn on Monday to do a video. Diane has already started some insane animations for it. It's brilliant. Okay, so we're gonna release a teaser, I think, on Tuesday of that video on my Twitter, and then Wednesday I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna play the video. And we're going to talk about everything, and we're going to raise as much money as we can. And the way that we're doing that is think subathon, but donations. A fund-a-thon. I don't know. If you have a better name, please tell me. Dono-a-thon. Oh, dono-a-thon. Dono-a-thon. Fun-a-thon. That's cute. Fund-a-thon. What content is planned? Okay, let's walk through what we have right now. It might change, okay? But I'm going to start in the morning, late morning. And fund-a-thon. All right, we'll keep it there for now. I'm going to start in the late morning. I'm going to watch the video, react, hang out, whatever. Then, it is not completely confirmed yet, but I plan on doing a cooking stream collab with me, Matt, Cutie, and Lud. But we just started talking about that today. Cutie has the most brilliant ideas ever. Listen to this. I called Cutie and I was like, yo, I need help. I need content. Like, can you guys do something with me, please? And she was like, yeah, let's think of something really cool. And she was like, what if I'm making a cake, or I'm making something, it's not going to be a cake. I'm making something and you're making the same thing. And Matt and Lud are helping us. And I have to give you directions, but you can't see or hear my stream. I have to give directions to Lud, then Lud gives them to Matt, then Matt gives them to you. And I'm completely blind and Matt can only hear them. But stream can see both of the things happening. So it's going to be a mess, but it's such a good idea. Telephone cooking lesson with me, Matt, Cutie, and Lud. So that's the plan for that. After that, I am going to paint for a really long time. I'm going to get a bunch of small canvases. I'm going to paint whatever we want, right? Whatever you want, whatever I want, I don't know. I'll do a bunch of canvases. But this Wednesday, so Wednesday the 3rd, this upcoming Wednesday, I'm going to get canvases. I'm going to bring Teddy home. I'm going to put acrylic paint on the canvases, and then I'm going to put the canvas in a plastic bag and then put it on the ground. I'm going to bring Teddy home, and I'm going to have him just walk over the plastic bag, hopefully, so that he doesn't get like paint on his hands. And I'm going to do the same thing with Chompy, with Inky, with Dito, hopefully. And so we'll have some paintings from Wednesday's stream as well, and then I'll have those. I'll have the paintings that I do the following Wednesday. Okay, so now we have a bunch of paintings. We have these auction items that Matt gave me. We have some bubble wrap. We have a Bugs Life box, and we have Mitch Jones's Mario Pez dispenser. Okay, we also got a guy that is donating some glass sculptures who's a viewer, and he makes these really beautiful glass sculptures, and so he's donating some of those for the auction. Then I think there are some other auction items, but that's a lot. The plan is that we're able to make a bot where you can bid in chat. So we had a lot of ideas. We were trying to think of how to do this the best way, because it's really hard to do an auction on Twitch, right? Like, at first we were like, let's just do a 3-minute timer or something, and whoever's the highest donation within that timer gets the item. But that's hard because people, if they get outbid in an auction, expect to not have to pay anything. And so I don't want to make anyone mad. And I also don't want anyone to like donate right before the timer ends and then for it to show up right after and then for them to feel like they were scammed and get really mad. So that scares me. Then the second thing is we could have done a raffle, but that's illegal. It's really hard to do that right, and I just don't want to fuck with that. So what we're going to try to do is make a bot where you can do like command bid or something and then put an amount. And we're going to go out to the living room. I'm going to have an easel. We're going to like have the painting that we're auctioning off on the easel. I'm going to try. I haven't asked him yet, but I would love to have Finn or a camera person to be there to like actually film it. Matt's going to be an auctioneer. And he's going to come on and he's going to like sell these items and react to the bids that show up on screen. Top bidder after a certain time frame wins, right? We set up another timer right after for like 2 minutes and we all just pause champ. At the person who won, pause champ. If they're trolling, if they have to donate within that couple minutes. And if they don't, then the next highest person has to do it. And if we get fucked, we get fucked, right? But I can't think of a better way to do it. And they get banned. Right. Does that make sense? Because there is a system, right, of like going back after and trying to contact everyone and whatever, but it's a mess. And I also want the auction items, like I want the donations to show up in the goal. That's the plan for the auction. Okay. I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I wanted to see what you would say or what your reaction would be to this kind of thing happening. But it seems positive, so that's good. Sick. Okay, great. Good idea. Okay, cool.
Nintendo was shot by skeleton.